Caitriona Balfe confided, "I gave everything and got nothing in return" from Sam Heughan. October. The grey Scottish sky stretches endlessly. On an old wooden chair in the attic of a guest house on the outskirts of Edinburgh, Caitriona Balfe sits wrapped in a thick sweater, her eyes sad. The tape recorder is on. "I don't know why I agreed to tell this," she laughs softly. "Maybe because I've been silent for so long." The story begins in the early days of the Outlander series, when Caitriona met Sam Heughan, her co-star, colleague, the man who would play her destined love on the small screen. Claire and Jamie, the legendary couple, have convinced millions of viewers around the world that they are destined for each other, both on screen and in real life. But for Caitriona, it's more than just acting. "I think I fell in love with him from the very first day," she confesses. And no, I don't think it was a mistake between the character and the real person. Sam was Sam. He was gentle, funny, smart. And sometimes, he looked at me like I was everything. Sam Heughan, with his gentle smile and deep eyes, had shaken her to the point where she couldn't control herself. They filmed together in harsh conditions, shared sleepless nights, and emotional scenes that required absolute trust. And from some point on, Caitriona became more than just Claire. She became Claire, and Sam was Jamie to her, even though no one said it out loud in real life. The indifference began. Time passed. Subsequent seasons were produced, and the main couple became increasingly famous. They went to awards ceremonies together, gave joint interviews, and were often caught laughing and joking intimately behind the scenes. But with Caitriona, things gradually changed. "I started to feel like I was the only one moving forward, while he kept retreating," she says. She remembers the times she took the initiative to invite Sam to dinner after filming. The long text messages sent that went unanswered. The times she saw him smiling brightly at other female colleagues, while to her, his eyes gradually became distant, invisible. He was still kind, always kind, but there was a kind of kindness that made people cold, she says. The price of silence. Many people on the set believed the two were a secret couple. Fans did too. The hashtag #SamCat flooded social media. Fans created dreamlike love scenarios, but no one knew that inside, Caitriona was falling apart. "I never had the courage to ask him, 'Did you feel anything?' I was afraid of the answer. I was afraid of the silence," she shares, her eyes starting to redden. Once, at the end of the third season, she invited Sam for a walk in the woods, where they had filmed an important scene. She had prepared everything. Wine, cheese bread, even the music they had listened to together in the car. But Sam was an hour late. And when he arrived, he had brought his new girlfriend. "I smiled. I played the cheerful friend. But I was dead inside," Caitriona sighs, the choice that was never made. A year later, Caitriona met her current husband, Tony McGill. They quickly went public with their relationship, got engaged, and married in a small ceremony in England. "People said I had moved on. But no one knew that. I got married with a broken heart," she admits. While everyone was congratulating her, Caitriona was in a mess that had never been untangled. Sam attended the wedding. He smiled, hugged her, took photos with both of them. But when Caitriona looked into his eyes that day, she saw nothing. No hope, no what ifs. That's when I realized I was never really chosen, regrets. The interview paused as Caitriona stood up and went out onto the balcony. She poured herself another cup of hot tea, looking into the distance. "I don't blame him," she said. "Sam did nothing wrong. He never promised. But that's why I felt so stupid. I had created a love story that only one person lived in." She recounts a night in Cape Town, where the crew was filming the spin-off. She stood outside the hotel balcony, looking out at the sea. The wind was cold. She dialed Sam's number. The phone rang twice and then stopped. A text message came back. Busy. What's up? I deleted his number that day, she says. And that was the first time I slept peacefully in months. Forgiveness. Years have passed. Both have been hugely successful. Sam has continued to work on new projects, founded a whiskey brand, written a book. Caitriona has tried her hand at film, production, motherhood. I don't love him anymore. But I can't say I've completely forgotten him, she laughs sadly. She wrote a letter to Sam, never sent. In it, she said thank you. For the memories, for helping her understand that loving someone does not mean that person has to love her back. And for making her learn the most valuable lesson of all, to love herself first. Finally, peace. The interview ended when it was dark. Caitriona was wrapped in her sweater, the wind outside the window whispering like a whisper from a distant memory. I'm not telling you this to make anyone feel sorry for me. I just think, maybe somewhere out there, someone has given their all to someone, and only received indifference in return. If you're reading this, you're not alone.